Welcome back to Project Profit. As usual, I need to disclaim that I am not a financial advisor. I am someone on YouTube, so please do your own research before investing in anything we talk about here today. All right, today we have on stage Micron technology. This is a little talked about stock, although it's pretty well known, but it does not get the limelight and it doesn't get the hype that Nvidia and AMD and Microsoft and Meta. You never really hear about Micron too much. What they are specialized in is the memory chips. It's DRAM, NAND, and NOR technology, all of the major memory chips that companies need. And this is not an AI specific stock. This is memory that people need for their computers. This is cloud computing technology. This is AI. Micron gets a little piece of everything with this, and they are highly successful. They are very good at what they do. They have most of the market cap for these technologies mentioned, and they are on a wild ride with their stock. So let's dive in here. Let's take a look at what we got. Right now, Micron is up almost 2.8% for the day. Just the day at 136.30, and they have come a long way. You know, they're in a single year, from December 2023, January 2024, they were only at $78. And here's like their last dip. So back in April, they went down to 106.90. Now they're all the way back up at 136. So this stock is another one of those stocks that we need to be looking at constantly for dips, because it has a competitive advantage. It has a moat for the market. It has a lot of room to run in AI. And whether you're looking for a short-term trade or a long-term investment, MU is one of the ones that you need to have on your watch list. So this recent dip that we've seen here, it looks like we had a nice big needle up at the top. 157.53 is what it went up to. And there was a lot of resistance. It got knocked down hard. It closed nowhere near that much that week. So the week after that was a disaster. Now we're seeing a little bit of a turnaround, which is great. You can clearly see this price that pierced the 10-day moving average, or the 10-week moving average, and went back up above it. And now we're in for another strong week, it looks like, which is great. So if this stock decides to play ball, and I'm going to switch to the one-day chart here so you guys can really see what's going on. There was a huge bad day 2 weeks ago, and since then they've been on a little bit of a trek. But you can see here, this is what we call double confirmation. We got on the one-day chart, you have a bounce off the 50-day moving average, and on the 1 week chart, you see it bouncing off the 10-week moving average. So this is a stock that people are looking to buy this dip. Every time it gets knocked down, like it did a few weeks ago, it gets bought up. Every time it gets knocked down, it gets bought up. Look how much resistance this 50-day moving average has given us. It hasn't even come anywhere close to the 200. It briefly pierced the 50 down here in February, but there really wasn't a lot of volume then. Look at all the traction it's gained, and you can see the volume numbers kind of come up here. But again, this recent spike in volume, and you can see it really high as people are selling off, and now the volume is trickling. This is how volume works. It's almost like an accordion, you notice. It'll get really high and then really low, and then the lower it gets, the more tension you put on that spring, it tends to explode either up or down. So there's still a chance that we could see this go a lot lower. Maybe there was a little bit too much action in MU and this is a little overvalued. It doesn't really matter. The way I like to play these stocks, and this is the same with most of the stocks that I'll mention, is that we need to be looking for buying opportunities. If it does pierce the 50, it could be going all the way down to the 107. Which would be a very, very big dip for the stock, especially if you just bought right now. If you bought now at 136 and you got knocked down to 107, you would feel pretty bad about this stock. But to me, even if you were cost averaging in between, you're still looking at a heck of a stock at a heck of a price. So I would definitely look at this stock hard. If you're looking for a short-term gain, we got a nice bounce here off the 50, so that means this could go nowhere but up. I think the end of this week will really tell the tale. The Monday of next week, that's when we'll know. If Monday opens up, if it opens green, and we see another day higher to start the week next week, you got a high chance that the stock's going to stick around between that 157 and 136 level. If it goes down, if this is a false promise and it breaks one of these resistance lines, we could definitely see MU go down. But we don't see too many days where we get good green candles, good weeks like this, where it's a nice bounce off resistance and then it falters. So again, this is one of those stocks that we need to be looking at. I think I'm definitely going to purchase a few shares here on our practice account. This is our account that we use just to track our stocks and our stock picks and see where things have gone since then. So I'm going to buy a couple shares here and we'll see what happens. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you could like, subscribe, click on Projectprofit.finance. We're going to have an article up on this here in just a few minutes, so it'll be on the website if you want more information on MU. Thanks, everyone.